Well, at least we're getting a few answers though, right? It's okay.
You reached the voicemail of Matthew. Please leave.
Matthew.
Use your name here. I can't answer the phone right now because...
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, I'm calling for Evan.
For Evan?
Yeah, is Evan around?
There is nobody in this house by the name of Evan.
Is his last name Youngblood? I'm calling from Facebook.
No?
What the?
No.
They must have given a fake phone number. Damn that Evan.
Okay.
What are you doing tonight? Can you hear the music at all? Or is that completely silent for you?
I hear the music, but it sounds really bad.
So what you doing?
Oh, just rolling in my pee.
That's nice. Is it time to take a pee break for everyone? Holy shit, this list is long. Okay, bye, Nippler. If you're not going to say anything, whatever. That's how I get rid of Nippler.
Country Financial.
What do you guys think? What should I do tonight? You know, like it's 2:30. What does that mean? I have 2.5 hours to go. I am about halfway into a Four Loko. I've been drinking it very slowly. I don't want to fall asleep or anything. I have a Pepsi downstairs in the fridge. I think that'll keep me going for another hour or so. I don't feel super tired or anything. I think I'm alright. I think I can stay up for a bit. I'll call some 7-Elevens, do some Waffle Houses. I can just copy what Carlito does, call Waffle Houses. Green whatever wants me to do Black Friday Walmarts. But it's too early for that. We gotta wait until, like another hour or hour and a half or so. Jack Telephone is suggesting hotels. People will pick up their phone in the middle of it. I guess we'll stop doing this. I think 7-Elevens are on high alert. Let's take a look at Circle K's, I guess. Oh shit, there's one Circle K. Yeah, I can call them some.
Alright, so today we're going to be closing up this engine completely besides the valve cover. But the first thing we have to do is this oil pump pickup tube. And I did get this new, but it does help to make sure that the mating surface is still clean. You don't want to put on something dirty, that'll suck. I have already cleaned the block and the oil pan. I have the pickup tube. I have replaced the gasket with the gasket that's in the kit. And then basically this pickup tube mounts like this. Pretty easy. You take your two 8mm bolts. They are the same size. Oh, a little too far right there. There we go. And tighten these down. Go. Alright, there's that. So I have taken the time to clean off all the bolts, the oil pan bolts, to make sure there's no RTV on it or anything on the ends, because sometimes RTV can get stuck on there. And then the other thing is the oil pan is completely clean. You see the line where the RTV has to go. I'm using this stuff. I bought the 1-minute gasket on accident. I normally like the other stuff for something like this. It's going to take a little bit of time. So I'm not going to show you, but I mean you literally can see where the bead will have to go. You want to clean that groove out very well. The other thing I'll be doing, which I'll be showing you, is because the oil pan bolts, or the engine cover, front cover bolts to the front of the oil pan, I'm going to be taking a straight edge and mounting it up and making sure that the oil pan is completely flush with the block. And I don't know why that's blurry, but it is, and I apologize, but it is. Alright. So now I want to put the crankshaft sprocket or pulley on. First step is, for this engine it's not necessary, but I'm going to do it anyways. You saw me put this part number in before. We're doing it again because on some models it's the washer, crankshaft sprocket, washer, then crankshaft pulley. I'm going to go ahead and put another one of these washers, just because it's going to make me feel better. And you don't want to touch the surface of this washer, especially if you have oily gloves on like I do. I'm going to take it and set it back there. I'm going to grab a pick and just push it. Okay, so now some Mazdas, but mine, I grab a little bit of oil, have a different type of seal that goes right here, and I'll show you the other one. So, but mine is this one, and it's a little awkward to get in. It does go in. You can use like a rubber mallet. What I'm gonna do to tap. Ah! Tap it into place. Go. You want it, I believe, flush, but because mine is not the same as the other one, I'm not too sure, so that's fine. Now there is another type, but mine is not this. This came with the kit. There's this type, but this isn't the one mine's that one. So now we've got the crankshaft sprocket or pulley or harmonic balancer, because that's basically what it is, and we're going to put it in to place. I did clean this surface here with a 250 grit or 2,500 grit sandpaper and WD-40. Cleaned it all off. I cleaned down in here. You want to make sure it's completely clean. And I'm going to put it in there. So that seems to be good. Now we're gonna grab the bolts. Look at that, there's like a hole in threads right there. One second. So there is a hole through the crankshaft sprocket, and then there's threaded insert in the engine cover. I'm gonna go ahead and use that. I still have this insert here holding the crankshaft in place. It's really not meant to hold it for this torque. So I did order a new bolt. That's the part number. It is a Ford part, but I ordered it from Mazda. Depending on where you order it from, you may find it cheaper. I found Ford is a lot cheaper for parts depending on where you're getting them from, which dealer, if they're part of like the network where you can get garage price rather than customer price. So there we go. So now we want to tighten this down. And I love the fact that I checked the size of the bolt and didn't bring it out. Kind of backwards today because I'm actually really, really excited. I did bring it out. Except where did I put it? It's right here. All right. So this is a 21 millimeter. All right. So that's 72 foot-pounds. The next thing is, which I'm very worried about, is 90 degrees on top of that. It scares me quite a bit. I'm gonna actually grab a breaker bar. What scares me is that pin and the bolt. The pin holding everything in place. Probably what I should do, and I really should stop and do it, is wait till I get the the flywheel in place and use that. And I honestly think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait till I get that in place. Luckily I have the video so I know, like, hey, you're not fully tightened down. It's just, I'm really nervous about, I don't want to break anything. So for right now, I mean, it's perfectly fine. Next step, we want to go ahead and remove this, which is going to be in there a little tight. Alright, now we're going to remove this, which is what holds the crankshaft in place. Remove that. And then we're going to install the one that goes in. Let's go ahead and tighten that down. I think it's a 10 milli. It is. All right, so because I'm excited, let's go ahead and turn this engine over. If I'm not mistaken, this engine turns counterclockwise. the wrong way, but luckily it's not an interference engine. It's one whole revolution, so we're good. We didn't hear any swishing because I do not have the spark plugs in. But basically, I'm happy we've done a revolution. So yeah.